Hey, okay, so anyway, I was just getting kind of fatigued, and I thought I would just make this video to hopefully energize myself and just sort of document what I'm currently doing in my testing. As you can see, I'm up to 15,478 in testing profits. So that is tremendous, continued success. I've kind of changed the method. Well, I haven't changed the method. I mean, I basically am testing on various triggers that I'm working with to try. And again, the goal is to try and minimize and even eliminate the progression loss events. Okay, so far I haven't had success in doing that, but here are the methods that I'm currently using. This box is the red means zero numbers are active. The black is not. It's I know it's the same color as the background. I'm thinking of trying to fix it by changing the background color so it'll show up better. But right now, black means zero, one number appearing. Red is zero numbers appearing. And so uh, I'm just using that's I mean that's the different thing about this so that it can be clear. This if you see one long strip of red, that means there's a progression loss event, which means that it double street number 7, which is right here, had a progression loss event, and we can see it right here. And so our king of the hill is right here, double street 28 to 33. That's this horizontal line here because it's double street number 10. Queen of the hill, thankfully, is its neighbor, which you always want that. If you can get your neighbor to be queen of the hill, that's the best because they share a double street. I mean, they share a street, sorry. So this is really cool. This is really cool. And I'm just gonna now, basically what I'm doing right now is I'm looking at this streak. Okay, it's very, obviously it's hot, right? But it's the numbers here are only, gonna last for what, like 9 spins. Oh, I put the numbers down here too. So like 10 spins, 9 spins, the entire 5 STR and 4 STR falls off, and then we have 3 STR followed by 2 STR followed by 1 followed by 0. So I would, rather than bet right here, I would rather just spin through, and either it'll heat up and will produce a hit and it'll move the colors out, into the green. If it does that, I'll bet. Okay, but if it if it just slows down, it's in the process of slowing down here. So if it continues, then I'm going to move on to a different trigger. Um, so I'm going to let's just see whether it brings itself up or whether it continues to decline. And so I'm basically just going to view some more spins here and see. Okay, so it continues to move downward so far. Okay, I expect hits over here and over here. Because of the gapping that's been going on. So this is all part and parcel of the deal. So it continues. Okay, there we go. Over here, that's what I'm expecting. And over here, still expect hits here and here. So we keep going. Okay, this lit up on fire. It's nowhere near our selections. Nothing is. So anyway, this is almost the 4 STR is about to fall off. So it continues to slow down. Okay, now we're down to 3 STR. And these numbers are going to start whiting up as we gain even distribution of hits, and as this number grows with each spin. So I'm still waiting to see how far we decline here. Okay, there was supposed to be an alarm. Oh no, it doesn't happen yet. It's yeah, when I get to, yeah, I think there was supposed to be an alarm here because we're already 13 bets in. Um, yep, and that's a 99.91% chance to hit uh, because of the existing 13 bets on the King of the Hill. So I'm going to take that as a trigger. This is a new trigger that I've come up with because we're betting the top selection on the board. And there's been 13 spins. It's gapped 13 spins. So if we start the progression right now, there's like a 99.91498% chance of hitting at the end. And so that's 99.9. And that is a trigger that I've been using. So I'm going to do that right now. I put in an alarm that was supposed to go off here, and for some reason in the code it didn't do it. So let me see if I can figure that out real quick. Nope, nope, because it won't let me do any scrolling or anything, and I'm not going to open up another instance just so I can go find out. It's just kind of like a waste of time. But anyway, there's supposed to be an alarm that goes off when this becomes true, and I made a mistake somehow, so I got to figure out what that is. But here comes a bet 28 to 33, and we've got 37% chance according to gapping because it's that low number, but a 91.61% chance according to the static progression feature. Well, I'm going to say right now that this is more informed because it takes into account the status of the board, whereas this figure doesn't. It just takes into account the number of spins. The gapping percentage would be like 93%. So by the time we get to the end of the progression, it's still pretty dang good. But I'm going with the static progression on this one. And so anyway, let's just keep spinning. And we got it on the first spin. So okay, 654.83. And so now we can see the decline continues. Okay, so I'm just going to continue to spin. Looking for number synergy when you've got the numbers in your selection that are working together to provide hits. When you can get 4 or more that are working together, that are hitting recently, like close together, that's the best. So anyway, we'll just continue spinning here. Okay, that's right, and also hits up here. I'm expecting. Yep, there we go. Perfect. Keep going. Yeah, there we go. There again. Okay, so it keeps spinning. Alright, so it's attempting to heat back up. Let's see if it does. Oh, this is about to have a PLE. It's about, our neighbor's about to have a PLE. That's terrible. Okay, yep, it's danger zone here. Yep. Whew. Barely made it. And that's why we don't bet anything except the top number. So anyway, I'm going to continue on here. It's still kind of in a middle state with it's closer to gapping than it is to being hot. So I'm going to run with that. And then that's how it slows down. It doesn't just like slow down immediately, right? It slowly descends. I mean that's the normal way that it works. It does things slowly over multiple spins. And then next thing you know, you look around and all of a sudden the whole landscape has changed because over a successive series of spins, the change has happened. Okay, well it has heated back up. So this is a trigger for a updraft trigger, and let's see how strong it is. We're going to find out how strong it is. Okay. This is the riskiest trigger to bet, is the updraft trigger, because you already have an existing hot streak. And when you get a progression failure, it's here. It's on this trigger when it occurs. So I haven't figured out a way of dealing with that yet, but I'm just basically betting those triggers because they work. But it's just that every once in a while they're gonna fail, because a streak will go and then it ends abruptly, and then you have a progression loss. So most of the time it comes in great, but every once in a while it just fails, and I can't. I've got to figure out a way to deal with this. To come up with a better way to avoid PLEs, and to like predict when they're going to happen and avoid those situations. So not very strong on the updraft. That'll be the end of it. I mean, in other words, it's definitely slowed down. So we're not going to bet it didn't turn into an updraft. So look, it's got a 5 STR. It's king of the board. It's got a 13 SQ. Very high quality. But if you look into these numbers, you find out they're old in the tooth, and it falls off in 3 spins. All this magic falls off in 3 spins. So I don't bet these like I used to. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, well, it's better as a gap trigger. It's better to go for a gap trigger than it is for a streak trigger. So we just bet and see what happens as it continues to slow down. Watching this green number, I think we'll watch it rise slowly, and I think that's what we're looking at here. So now it's 188. More white numbers are going to start appearing soon as it grows higher. Okay, 168. Okay, see, it's slowly slowing down is what's happening. So, and I want to stay away from those events when it slowly slows down. Okay, we're gonna get more white numbers here. Just trying to break into it. Okay. These are really hot. There we go. Now we're starting to break in. And it's going to be kind of tough to get the rest. So we'll see what happens first. We'll probably get a gap trigger, which is when this occurs. Probably either that or we'll haven't hit, either one or the other. We'll see. Okay. We almost got that. We almost got that as a white number. Yeah, now we're down to 4 numbers on the board, 4 selections that are gapping more than our selection. Yep, there it is. There's the gap trigger. 13 spins again. The alarm didn't go off like it was supposed to. So what do we have here? Yeah, PLE is approaching, but that's what we want with the gap trigger. We don't really care if a PLE is approaching. We don't care that we're the bottom of the board. The thing we care about is that we're at the top of the board over time, long term. So what I'm saying is that this is going to at least get a hit. It's at least going to get a hit here based on this trigger right here. And as far as the gapping, this is a much better situation. Now it's a 98.7% chance with the gap and a 79% on this next spin. So yeah, it's a much better gap trigger than the one I had before. Anyway, I'll just bet half a unit and see how long it takes. One. Got to do the trigger, the betting manually. Okay, on the second spin. You know, the whole point of this, all of this work that I'm doing, is just to avoid PLEs. That's pretty much it. Now, once again, we're far closer to gapping the gap trigger than we are for a hot streak. So we're going to spin through. And, we're going to be getting a trigger here shortly if we don't get a hit right away. These numbers are going to start coming in. I'm going to get a gap trigger. Oops. Okay, well, so alright, and still much closer to a gap trigger than anything else. So we just spin through. It's slowing down. See this number rising. And it doesn't have, like I said, it doesn't happen all at once. It goes in over a series, and so okay, 238 now. There's 244, 27. All right, that's what I want to see. No hits like that. 250. Yeah, 256 now. Yeah, this like on fire, especially 16 and 21. And yippers, so we're closing in on a number of triggers here. Yep. Well, we're still extremely close to a gap trigger here. Extremely close. So I'm just gonna spin through. Basically, what it's doing is it's correcting it. The wheel's correcting this imbalance because if you look, we so dominate over the whole board. This is 7 hits more in the last 420 spins. This has 7 more hits than anything that comes close to it. And so what the roulette's doing is it's slowing this number down and speeding these numbers up to create like the equality to get it tries, it can never do it, but it's that's what's happening. This is Queen of the Hill, so this is normal that you'll have a set of numbers that does this. It's just that there's 2 of them that seem to be kind of equal, which is quite a bit of numbers, and they're concentrated. So instead of being spread equally, it's basically concentrated here, and these all suffer. All these numbers are suffering, except for our little section. And the reason our section is doing so well is because we have King of the Hill, which is supporting its neighbors with every hit. You know what I mean? Because you take this double street and you split it in half, and it's completely shared by the neighbor. And that's why these are doing good and the rest of the board sucks. And then you have Queen of the Hill because our selection cannot contain all of the hot numbers, and so there must be some evidence of it elsewhere, and then that's going to be out in this case in this area. And it's quite a good concentration of hot numbers that have recently heated up, and let's see how they do. Usually what happens is they continue, they don't stop, but I have seen it stop where, like in long-term games, where the King of the Hill will beat them down back to dust again. So let's see which happens, and we're gonna have a trigger here extremely soon. We're gonna be betting very soon here. So yep, and there it is. So this is very interesting, this bet trigger, because now we have a 99.2% chance of getting a hit, which is greater than what we normally get in the progression. On top of this, we have a 99.41% chance according to a static percentages with the progression. So I'm going to bet a full unit on this, and this ought to be hitting quite quickly here. If not, we're gonna get a hit before the progression ends. I mean, that's 2. Got to do it manually. 2, 3. There it is. And that's what you want. You want, like, all my hits have been early. That's what you want. If you do your job, if we do our job correctly, we get all of our hits early. Okay, and so now I still don't have a hot streak. Okay, our number here is decent. Okay, and obviously closer to a gap trigger than anything else. So let's see what happens here. Watching this green number. Yep, closing up on 200 now, and we just hit it. So some more white numbers are going to start popping up here. Okay, now, ooh, see, we're very close. Now it's heating up. This number's starting to go down, and all we need to do is see if it continues or it declines. That's what we got to figure out, what's happening. So let's see what happens. That's what I was expecting. And I'm expecting up here too, just saying, there it is. Right there. Okay, so now we bet. Okay, our numbers are coming back now. See, they were depressed. We got some profits on the depression. We bet the depression. Now we're waking back up. This number is gonna, what normally happens when it wakes back up is this number starts declining drastically. It's gonna go under 100 and it go down, even down to 50, as this streak continues. So I expect this will be an updraft. And so I'm going to bet regularly with half a unit, and let's see what happens. This is still the most dangerous trigger. It's just this one's extremely strong. So anyway, here we go. There you are. There's the updraft. 655.01. So 15,500 now. Just broke that. And so this, I'm still expecting the same updraft to continue. There's no diminution in it at all. Yeah, this is done. There it is. Bam. Okay, another one. And 655.05. Okay, I'm expecting it to continue still. It's slightly less strong than it was. So anyway, I forgot to bet on that one. Oops. Housekeeping. It's got to do some housekeeping. Oh, wow. I expect some housekeeping here, but it didn't get any. That's not a good sign. And we missed expectations, so it looks like that hot streak is over. So we just need a hit, basically. This number is going to start going back up, apparently. Five on the march. 6 on the march. Still got our 3 STR active. Or I'm sorry, 4 STR. Anyway. 10. Okay, 7 on the march. Got a 7. I don't like how we're not getting hits here. That's not good. Okay, 8 on the march. And we got it in the march. Yeah, but see, it's slowed down tremendously. Sorry, it's slowed down tremendously. Okay, so that's correct. And then, I mean, this still has declined because it was an up streak. So now we got to watch this number again. Again, we're going to be focusing on the gap trigger. Unless this heats up pretty well, it's going to take some good heating up to get it to be bettable. And so we continue. See, notice how this has fallen off tremendously. This has accelerated back up again. So let's just watch if it's going to decline. Like, well, it's just not heating up quite yet. But it is, and that's unfortunate. But life in the fast lane, you know. Let's watch, see if we can get the acceleration that we're looking for. Yep. It's just they're hitting too far apart. That's the thing. And I want them to hit close together. I want them to be synergistic, you know. Working together to get the speed. All right. So it was a sort of a pseudo recovery. Oh no! Wow, we almost had it. See, now all we need is another hit like that with a unique number, and we'll be betting. Oh man, it's right on the edge. Literally right on the edge. You got to draw the line somewhere, so I'm drawing it. Yep. Yeah, I'd love to be 31 to 36 would be great, but it's nowhere near King of the Hill. It's just they're gapping too much in between hits. Yeah, and we're repeating numbers. The numbers are single individual numbers are repeating. So I'm just going to spin through. Nothing I can do about it as it continues to slow down. I'll probably end up doing if we can get some more spins. Nope. Nope. All right. That's the one thing when it hits slowly, it hits steadily but slowly. That's where I just have to keep spinning because it's just not a situation I want to be betting in. So we're at 152 now. Yep, that was again that 31 keeps repeating, so okay, our the number's growing. It's slowly growing. So we're coming back to we're slowing down again. So yeah, now we're at 182, so okay, that's more like it. Oops. Almost. Oh no, there it is. Okay, see, I'd love to be on 31 to 36 here, but I'm not going to bet a number. It's not King of the Hill. I'm just not going to do it. These are short-term streaks, so I'm going to let them have their way. And it's just not getting the concentration that I want. It's not happening. Okay. There we go. That's what I want. I want to clear that stuff out. Oh, so we had a progression failure, black swan event. Yep, there it is. You can see that red line. Still not. We're at 142. Now we're at 147 because one number repeated. Yep. Queen of the Hill's not giving up, so it's just the way it is. Good, good. Cleared these out. Yep, these numbers are heating back up again. $177. 24. They're more like it. Okay, 189. Okay, 195. There they are, Queen of the Hill. 207 now. Yep, they're gonna start becoming white soon. Okay. Yep, there we go. We got another one. And we're at 99.91. So, that is a gap trigger. 98.2% for gapping. 99.91% for static progression. So, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bet on this half a unit as a trigger, and there it is. So that's what I like. I like seeing that. So there we go. We're still at 185, which is pretty good. Obviously no streak activity here. We're slowing down basically, and I want to get a gap trigger. If I could get through 1 to 1, it would be nice. We're getting closer. I mean, obviously we're already at 203 here. One of the big numbers came in. Okay, well, nothing we can do about it. This video just keeps going on longer and longer. Yeah, I don't know. The board looks pretty well hit. These numbers are pretty low, so maybe we can get a gap trigger here soon. Another one, I mean, besides just this one. I keep using that one. Oh no. Now we're at 140. This medium hitting, that's what keeps me down. 14. Oh no. Okay. So now we're close. We could get a streak here, an updraft. So let's see if we can get that, or if it's going to decline. If we get an updraft in spite of the Queen of the Hill, then that's a good. That'll be really good. Oh, dang it! Numbers just keep falling off. Anyway, we're at 154. Got a good set of whites at 160. The board is softening up, is what's happening. There's already at 138 now. Yep, 139. Ugh. Just not getting the activity I want, and the board gets softer. It's getting softer because the hits keep spreading out there, keeping those numbers down. Yeah. 189. Yep, they're gonna start coming in. Yep. It's closing in now. Yeah, I might be able to show you some really cool stuff. It looks like it's about to get into a state where it just starts delivering hit after hit after hit. Um, as basically what happens is numbers like this one here, 91, this number grows to like 150. It goes from like 91 to 150. All the time that it's doing that, I keep betting and betting and betting and betting, and it keeps hitting and hitting and hitting, and it's amazing. I can raise, I can do, it's like a really massive updraft when this number is slow, and then you can bet it all the way up as it starts to climb. It's like amazing. But anyway, let's see if we get there. Okay, we definitely got to trigger it here at 231. So I'm going to bet that trigger 28 to 33, half a unit. 98% 0.3.4 for gapping, but 99.91 for static progression. So I'm going to go for it. 1, see 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, double. Meanwhile, the number grows. I like that. That's what we want. It's about to enter into that state. So anyway, let's bet 12. Ooh, yep, we just came in. Okay. And that was shoot. Okay, how many am I down here? I should be down 7. Yeah, I'm down 7. Okay, so I'm down 7, which means that's 5, 6, 7. So then here comes that was 1 bet at level 2, so now I got 2 more. Here's the second one, and it got it. Alright, and 655.15, and yeah, our number 90, that 91 that was giving us such a great score, it hit. So, oh well, it didn't enter into that state, but once the next one up is 52. If this one can get up to over 100, it's going to start making money. I mean, like crazy. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I made this video. Hopefully, I'm more awake now. So I'm going to end it for sake of brevity. So 38 minutes. Thanks for watching.